Hello viewers and welcome to Stronghold Crusader 2. I'm your host, PPG2, and I'm very excited to present to you guys episode 1 of our new Let's Play series, and today we're playing one of my most anticipated titles for fall 2014. And overall, I mean, Stronghold, of course, being a legendary series in the realm of strategy games, with its latest release, of course, being Crusader 2 here, which oddly enough came out rather somewhere along the lines of like 10 or so hours before its slated release. So it was quite a nice surprise here when I got off of work today. So anyhow, showing you guys just briefly the single player content for the game. I mean, of course, also has multiplayer listed right here. Stronghold is a series about kind of it's kind of a mishmash between like a traditional RTS where you like fight people and do things, and a bit of a town/fortress building type of game. It makes more sense than say me talking about it, but showing you guys briefly the content for the game for returning fans. There seems to be a few tutorial or learning campaigns. There seems to be a few of these skirmish campaigns, which I'm not particularly sure of in the stuff that they have, but they're there. And there's also a few custom skirmish. You can also set up a custom skirmish as you might imagine a multiplayer game would be. They have a wide variety of different maps, which is rather nice. They give you an editor too, so you can have community maps here, and also sandbox modes, so you can you can do your thing. You can build your town nice and safely without other people ruining your day there as well. So I figured we'd play through at least one of the learning campaigns before we jump into the skirmish trials here, just to take a look at what these learning campaigns actually are. Overall, if these battles if this is an easy type of thing, we should be able to go through them fast. And if not, then we might as well just do the preparations one, ignore the Lionheart one, the Saladin one. So we'll see how that goes. This is obviously a game about the Crusaders, so make do with that what you will, because there is a bit of a narration
Following
here.
a long sea voyage, you will be the first ashore in this strange new land. Take a landing party and prepare for the main force's arrival by clearing the area of the ruins of the old fishing village and collecting some supplies.
Alright, so we got a pretty easy mission to start things off with. What I'm going to do here with these missions is that I'm just going to play them on easy, because in all honesty, the only thing that changes from the looks of it for some of these like beginner missions are just the amount of things that you need to collect before you win. And those will make more sense as we go along here.
This is a strange land indeed, sire. Not like the green hills of home, that's for sure.
Alright, so the Crusaders have just arrived in this new foreign land. It looks like the first thing that we had to do is grab some supplies and the basic things to live off the land, or to set up our camp, I guess. So, our objectives are to collect some apples, destroy some buildings, and to collect some wood as well. So let's do exactly just that. And let's get that going.
We should make room on the oasis for our apple farms by clearing away some trees with our woodcutters.
So that's the first thing, and that is of course a very, very excellent idea. And we'll just get started on that immediately.
Some woodcutters close to the oasis. They will always chop down the closest tree they find.
But the first thing is the first thing I wanted to do was to just collect some of the foodstuffs that we have lying about. So I guess we'll just get them to do exactly that. So yeah, talking a bit more about how the Stronghold game plays out is that they're like I said, I mean, they're a mix of say a traditional fighting RTS where you have like soldiers like this, and then they brawl it out with other dudes from another faction. But another big portion of the game is just simply the economy that goes into building these guys. So what I mean by that is
The ruins. Select those idle troops and right-click on the ruins you want them to remove.
How you build troops inside this game is that you need to have an economy for making their weapons and getting them equipped, and of course producing the people to like fill up your armies as well. So how that works is that you have a wide you can control your army guys, but you have a wide variety of these villagers who for the time being they just stand around doing nothing because they don't have any jobs. I'm gonna get my army guys to destroy all of these things first, and you know what? I think I'll tone down the speech volumes to some extent like that. And overall, we want to assign these guys some jobs. So what I think I'll do right here is that we need to clear some farmland for our farms.
We have uncovered a cache of resources.
So I think I'll try to make some space for those farms by destroying some of this stuff and getting my wood cutters to do their thing. So, going back to those objectives, typically you need wood and stone to build things. And we'll need probably apples and some other types of food to feed our people. So with that said, I mean, you have this resource system inside the game where you have to, you know, keep a track of that, and to just, yeah, really just work off of making an economy and fighting at the same time. So obviously these battles become harder, depending on how far you go into the game and all that. For now, though, they're pretty simple. What I'm going to do is that I'm just going to build a whole bunch of these.
Hidden supply caches out in the desert. We should send some troops out to dig them up.
Yeah, I'm going to send these troops out to collect these resources, and what I'm just going to do is that in the back,
uncovered a cache of resources.
I'm just going to build a whole bunch of these wood camps.
We have uncovered a cache of food.
Let's go.
Sire, we have uncovered a cache of food.
Unfortunately, oh my god.
A cache of food.
One of the things about the Stronghold line of games is the scribe. He, yeah, that scribe really enjoys talking about the most menial things. So, unfortunately, he'll be popping into the campaign at a very startling rate, unfortunately. But anyhow, unfortunately, we lost a few of our army troops to that wind.
Sire, we have uncovered a cache of food.
But that'll be fine, because now I think we've completed almost all of the destroyed building objectives, and ultimately we just need to get rid of that little bit to finish that off. And afterwards, I think there's not going to be any fighting on this mission, so it'll be a lot about the resource collection, which we'll just see here shortly. So how these work is that, as you may have noticed, the buildings inside the game build instantaneously, and what'll happen is that these little buildings...
It almost makes me miss the grey clouds and rain of England.
These buildings will just passively, employ people. So, for example, with all of these wood camps, these guys will hire, I think, yeah, one woodcutter each. And what these guys will do is that they'll just gradually chip down all the trees inside this area.
All the ruins cleared, my lord.
And they'll just, they'll make a giant stack of them back at their little wood shack, and then afterwards they'll transport it to, like, one of your stockpiles, which are these things. And it's kind of neat. All of your supplies inside the game are just sort of capped on these, like, platters, or, you know, pallets, as you or whatever you call them. And you can click on them to obviously see them. Apparently inside this version of the game, it also functions as a marketplace, so that's really neat. But, yeah, one thing about it is that it's, it's kind of neat in the sense that all your resources are graphical like that. They just show them on the little, yeah, portion of the map. So, we probably want to get some more woodcutters in here. So I'm going to build a few more of these things just to really hurry up the collection process. But what we want to do here is that you can only build food buildings on very specific portions of the map. And with that said, one of the places that you can build them is on the green areas over here, but you can't say just build them off in the desert. So what I wanted to do here is that I just want to finish these two objectives: collect apples, collect wood. So we'll just let these guys clear out all of this grassland and get them to do its thing. And would you look at that? We have a jester doing his thing, spreading merriment. Apparently, is his status. And yeah, you'll find a lot of really neat people like that. And here's us. Here is our lord. He can walk around. I don't think he can go too far from the keep, but apparently if he dies, you also lose, is the thing. So he's our VIP, if you will. So yeah, the woodcutters are doing things.
Much faster. Such a shame we lost so many to the plague on the journey over.
And would you look at that, we're building up large supplies of just logs already. And using those supplies, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to get the rest of the people that we have sitting at those little tent things. And I'm going to try to find them some occupation, or I'm going to try to create a few more jobs here. By building a few of these apple orchards.
This building is currently functioning, my lord.
And yeah, these are just little plots of land. Some apple trees should be sprouting up in front of them very shortly. And would you look at that? They grow really fast like that, and they'll just produce some passive food for our guys. So, I mean, overall, pretty easy starting mission. There we go, we can fit one in just right there. So that's quite nice. So yeah, overall, I mean, there's just a whole bunch of these really neat things present inside the game that you can do. One of the things that I can do, or hopefully I can do to help us out, is that you can change the tax rate. You can change the amount that food that you ration to people, and the amount of booze, and later on religion, stuff like that you assign to people. And I was kind of hoping for to save up on some of that apple collection by making our people eat less, but that puts our popularity down too much. One thing to note is that my my little recording icon actually blocks the amount of the happiness rating that you guys can see right here. So just I'll make note of that, just for later on once that becomes important. So yeah, we'll just continue cutting stuff down, grabbing resources. We have a whole bunch of the lumberjacks just doing their thing.
All the wood we need, sire.
And would you look at that? That stuff just gets plucked down, and it yeah, it just appears right on the platter right here. So, oh, would you look at that? Just so many people coming into this area, just stacking up so many units of timber now. What we should be able to do is that we might be able to just, say, buy some of the apples that we need to win the mission as well. Actually, you know what? I think we'll turn off, say, eating apples, and we'll just let the people eat the cheese that you have here. If you have different types of food, it actually increases people's happiness as well. So again, the game has some really neat features like that. And I don't think we need this one, and this one, and this one, and this one anymore. So, speeding up the game here, hopefully I'll be able to jigsaw in some more of these apple orchards here, so that we can get this objective done slightly faster. Put one there. And oh yeah, like disasters inside the game will happen, like that tornado thing that came by, which killed 2 of our guys. So you might not want to, say, jam these buildings in all too tightly, but I think this will work for now. And this should just passively complete the mission in some time. Hopefully one of these lumberjacks will cut down just like this tree right here. If this one was gone, we could definitely put down a lot more. Huh. So yeah, the initial missions here will be pretty easy. Oh, one thing to note about or actually funny story, about the first Stronghold game. I picked that up when I was a kid, and it came as this multi-pack thing too. It came with the original Tropico game, and it was a 4-pack of games. I don't really remember the other 2, but it was yeah, it was definitely something. Right, so that is mission number 1 inside the learning campaign done. I guess we'll move forwards.
With more of the army now arriving every day, the beach site has become too crowded, and a main base must be established. Scouts report a promising site further inland. It has rich iron deposits for weapons, and is uninhabited, apart from a few dangerous beasts.
Alright, so I guess we move on to the next section of the campaign.
I wonder what kind of beasts inhabit this exotic country.
Ooh. But yeah, looks like the learning campaign here will teach us something about
Place your stockpile, my lord.
like placing things and just doing stuff like this, I guess, for now. And later on, it'll just talk about other things as the game goes on. So,
Site your granary, sire.
See what we can do. First and foremost, 2 things that you always need inside this game is a granary and a stockpile. The granary stores food. The stockpile stores, wouldn't necessarily say miscellaneous goods, but other stuff there. And there we go. So, got our guys out here. Population's building up. We have a nice sortie of soldiers this time. And let's see, do we need to build a dairy farm on some grassland? Looks like yes, we do. So that'll be that. And I guess we'll just start off the game here with 2 apple orchards.
We should build some iron mines there.
And I think a single wood camp right here. We'll get this going. So, mission number 2 here. We have to grab some ore deposits. So we'll have to learn about building weapons this time, and this is this is something about, say, one of the portions of the game. Like I had said, you need to equip your guys, you need to have the economy to build your troops, and afterwards you can then you can get into the fighting and all that. So starting off, we might as well deal with these lion things. It looks like we have some man-at-arms.
We should build a barracks and conscript some peasants to fight them as soon as possible, my lord.
Yeah, so we'll get our guys in here, and let's see whether or not we can hopefully take on these lions here. get these guys right into the mix, see how they do. And they're just gonna brawl it out with these guys. Hopefully they'll get rid of all of these lions. There we go. And once they do that, oh no, more are coming out. I'm gonna see whether or not we can perhaps get rid of this lion den early. This is something that wasn't really present inside the earlier games, though. Inside the earlier games, they had a few... like bears and just wild animals roaming about too, but they didn't really respawn. They just came from one place. Ooh, yikes. I don't think this is a fight that we can win here. But you never know, we'll see. Oh, no. So close. So close to destroying that lion's den. So, in that case, we might as well just wait until the next little, shipment of logs, and we'll see what else we can build. Who is this guy right here? It's really neat. These people have their own names and all that. So it looks like we have John Emmy over here carrying some wood for us. Hopefully he has 20 units of that, so we can build another wood camp. I mean, usually inside these games, I'm really concerned with like the amount of food that we have. So usually I try to build more of them than I actually need, though. So that'll be that. And let's see. So we can have eight civilians at one time, I guess. And it looks like we have 3 working. So yeah, it makes sense. We have 5 here. So, ooh, we also have a few reports here as well. Oh, that is really neat. And would you look at that? Some food is coming in too. So I'm gonna see this whether or not we can perhaps buy some. Let's see. I'm gonna see whether or not we can perhaps buy some wood right now. And indeed we can. So in that case, I think I'll just buy 40 some units of wood. Let's get a second wood camp going here. And we probably want that military building, that barracks. So I'm going to put down one of these as well. And from the barracks over here, what we should be able to do is that we should just be able to convert people into conscripts or other things, as long as we have the population to. So what I can do right now is that I can hit that button 4 times. The people are going to disappear from the idling position here. And that's going to pump out a few guys for us. So, what should happen now is that a new bunch of these peasants come out, and they'll just sit around the camp, do their own thing. And that's, yeah, how that thing works. I think I'll just keep these guys to defend for now, because it looks like those lions are pretty tough beasts, to say the least. And we'll need something else to deal with them, at least for now. So, let's see. We'll need to build one of these, or at least one of these, later on a Fletcher's workshop for producing bows, and a blacksmith for producing swords. For now, though, let's build I think we have the food portion handled, so let's build something to produce, say, some of the iron that we need. That'll take some more logs, and it looks like that'll be the shipment that allows us to do exactly just that. So at least that's good. Those lions don't seem to come across, or they don't seem to be coming at us, so I think we'll just wait on them for now. We'll send the conscripts to guard that possible site for an iron mine, because that'll be pretty important. So what should happen now is that these people arrive here. They should drop off all of the wood, and that'll allow us to build one of these iron mines. Now, coming from the previous game, from what I remember with these iron mines, there'll be some guy working on the iron mine, where actually I think this is one of the buildings that need multiple people to work on it, or maybe not, or no, it needs 2. Yeah, 2 right there. These 2 guys will just work on that iron mine, doing their thing. But for some of these structures, for example, I clearly remember the stone one requiring it, and I think you used to be able to make pitch inside the previous game, pitch being like this tar stuff that burns, and you can make like these flaming moats and like stuff like that with it. Anyhow, they'll require one of these ox tether things, and this is just like a transport thing for these heavy goods. So for example, what I think will happen with these is that the people will work, they'll put their goods over here, and then you need an ox tether and an ox tether guy to pick up those goods and transport it to the stockpile for you, like that. So hopefully somebody will give us our required daily dose of wood soon enough, and we'll be able to just get right on that.
Once the iron mines are operational, my lord, we will need to place ox tethers nearby to transport the iron.
And there you go. So that'll be that. This guy's gonna give us, yeah, all of the wood we need to put down this ox tether, and we'll just do that, and magically, bam, ox appears. Just out of nowhere. Just like that. So, right, those portions of the games will be pretty much done. We still have a few of these peasants just sitting about, so we'll probably want to make another one of those things, or just in general make a few more jobs for them. So I think I'll make another lumber camp just very soonly, because we need a lot of that, evidently. And oh yeah, pitch is still inside the game. There, another lumber camp. How are we doing on food? We have 40 units of apples, so not bad, not great. Check out our foods and report.
That's nice.
Yep,
Still no sign of habitation, sire. It's making me uneasy.
food isn't going. Yeah, our food is decent, so that's good. And that will just really be this part. So let's see, how is our iron collection thing doing? Looks like it's working pretty well. Yeah, they're processing it, and the ox here is just getting stacked with those things right there. Oh, actually, it looks like they removed the requirement, or, you know, I can't actually remember at this point as to whether or not the oxes required somebody to, like, handle them. But either way, Old Beefy here will do its thing. It'll carry some iron and get their thing to work, I guess. So that'll be good. And there we go, we're starting to build up some more resources, which is nice. And there, another 20 units of wood, and I think it's now time to build a bit of a hut, perhaps.
We need wood, sire.
Oh, let's see. Oh, actually, the houses cost 50, 65... Where was it? I thought I saw a place where a hut only costs, like,
Now
barely
we have iron,
any.
sire.
Oh,
We
I
should
see.
start weapon production as soon as possible.
It's dependent on different locations. Yeah, we might want to put down, say, like one of these huts or something for some more people, and I guess we'll just put one back here. And what this will do is that it'll increase that population cap, so more of our guys will just, or more peasants will pop out of the keep here. And these guys, of course, we can assign to other jobs as the game goes on, with making them quite handy, quite necessary actually. And looks like both of these buildings will cost only
My
wood.
lord, these lands are
Ooh.
beset by plagues of flying beasties. They black out the very sky itself.
Ooh,
We are
yikes!
under attack.
Yep,
Let's go.
I saw some of these lions appear out of here.
A lion has attacked the village.
And yeah, yes indeed, the lions are starting to attack. So we are going to get some conscripts out to fight these guys off.
Let's get walking.
See what we
Come
can do
on,
about
boys.
swarming
Take
these
them,
guys
folks,
and
sit
taking
down.
these things out.
Morning, boss. Keep your helmet on, squire.
So these things seem to be
Come on,
coming in
boys.
mass now.
We're going. Moving again.
There we go. Yeah, it'd be obviously much
Hello.
easier if we had some
On your
weapons,
feet,
but for now,
boys.
that's all we can do. We can just beat them down with clubs and peasants. It's okay though, the peasants are quite expendable, obviously. So there. Now, what else can we do here in the meantime? Still building up a nice stockpile of wood. And that'll just gradually happen. Really need some cash to buy these things though. Let's see how much iron we have. Just a small stockpile of 8, so it's probably not worth, say, selling any of that just yet. And, oh, there we go. Exactly 50 units of wood for Fletcher's workshop, and we're going to put that very, very close by to the area right here. And would you look at that? The Fletcher, yeah, they always seem to have this, like, limping animation for whatever reason. But anyhow, this Fletcher's workshop will just gradually make, say, bows and stuff as time goes on shortly. But he needs a good supply of wood to do so. So we'll need to get Demby Shoemaker over here to drop off another set of logs to do exactly just that. But once he has those, he'll get right to work. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna come right down. This guy's gonna come over here. He should only pick up like 1 unit of wood. Yeah, there we go. He's gonna bring it back here, and he's just going to make us a nice and lovely little bow to use, which we'll hopefully be able to use on those lines soon enough. Ooh, yikes! Another one of those. Let's see. Let's see. What should we do? In some time, we'd have a bow, so that would be nice. But right now, I guess the conscripts will just have to hold the line. Beat that thing down. There we go. There we go. Line's dead. Right, so the other thing that we need, kind of like the storehouse and all that, is that we need an armory to store the weapons that we make. So we'll put down one of these things, and inside here, as you can see, it can store bows, crossbows, armor, and some other stuff. From what I remember from the previous game, you used to be able to convert the Fletcher's workshop from making bows into crossbows and vice versa, but that might be something different now. How's our food doing? We probably want to, yeah, probably also want to get somebody producing food soon enough as well, so we'll do that shortly. And I think we'll just put down another one of these apple orchards. So let's see, there we go. Have enough food, so we'll place down one of these things. Oh, they're still moving forwards here.
Peasants needed, sire.
So let's pump out a few peasants, and let's get them on the front here.
All right, all right.
Now, later on we'll need to build some more advanced troops, like some archers and some stuff, preferably with those weapons.
Morning, boss.
Though, right here, let's see.
Nice day, Your Highness. Let's get walking.
I think it might be worth, making some sort of a raid onto that. Oh, yikes.
Early for this, innit?
Onto that lines then, just finishing it off, really, because right now, that thing is quite the pest. There we go. We'll just beat that thing down once more. So, in theory, we should be able to use some of these bows now to make archers. Because from what I remember, archers used to be, they used to be for free here. So, or not necessarily for free, but they, but you can make them from the armory utilizing no armor. It doesn't look like that's the case here though, or maybe they're just unlocked or locked artificially by the campaign's requirements.
Needed, sire.
So that's rather unfortunate. Now let's see, we have a decent stockpile of wood now, so let's build a blacksmith's workshop in just a bit, and that should really help us out. And would you look at that, we're almost done making the bows portion. So that's good.
Recruits needed, sire.
Get some more of those dudes out. There we go. 40 units of wood. Place down the blacksmith's workshop, and we'll just place this something right like that.
Needs one more person.
And what'll happen is that the next person who comes out here will become a blacksmith, and he'll just gradually make he'll just gradually make swords now. Just need one more bow.
All right, all right. Hey-ho.
And I guess we'll just blob up our
Morning, boss.
conscript swarm here.
Stick them forks in 'em.
Massed wave attack. Gang up on the line. Haze him. There we go.
Nice day, Your Highness.
So we'll finish him off like that.
Currently functioning, my lord.
And would you look at that. So then the last bow should come out fairly soon. Afterwards we might just be able to buy a second blacksmith to get it to produce slightly faster. There. Got another bow out. Probably, in all honesty, we could probably sell some of this excess iron stockpile that we don't need. But that might be a tad risky.
Recruits needed, sire.
Righto.
We'll just buy a few more guys like that. See whether or not we can perhaps buy any swords. That would also help out. But no, looks like it'll just be slow producing for now. In that case, I think we'll just put this here. Well, I think I'll just end the recording here. I'll save you guys the time of watching the building of swords and all. And once I return, this should just be finished by itself, and we'll just advance to the next mission. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed this intro episode to the game and to just how it's played. Of course, we'll try to move faster later on during the series once we get all the tutorial stuff out of the way. But nevertheless, be sure to like and subscribe for now. And I hope you guys join us for episode 2 shortly. Bye bye for now.